or we start with the course? Okay, so let's start with the course content and the flow. Let me tell you guys the flow. So related to your questions, if you have any question related to the batch, fees, etc., that you can park so that we can discuss in the last 10 minutes of today related to those. And apart from that, whatever I teach, you can ask the question either on the chat if you want, or else directly also you can ask in between, and I try to answer it. Okay, and but do not ask any related to course, what are the materials we get, what is the topology, what is like that, so that we will discuss in the last 10-15 minutes. Okay, so let's start with the course. So before we starting with the ACI, let's talk about what we called as a data center. So what do you mean by data center? Can anyone explain me why we use data center?
Yeah, data center is where we have all the in an enterprise where you have all the servers, all the various servers that have been accessed by different users, are domiciled.
But only we have only servers in the data centers, or we have other things as well?
Yeah, we have storage devices, all of them there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else want to add something?
Yeah, it's a place where it hosts servers, a compute, network, storage,
Mm-hmm.
all the platforms and the virtual infrastructure as well as the physical components as well,
Mm-hmm.
for delivering the end-to-end service.
Okay, so compute, network, storage. So it hosts for the large or medium scale companies, right?
Yes.
So what we have in compute, we have UCS, blades, racks, okay, HyperX. What we have in network, our routers, switches,
Firewalls, load balancers.
so LB, firewall, etc. Right? And what we have in storage, so
Storage controller,
controllers of storage, then
SAN switch.
SAN switch. Okay, then your Hyperflex infrastructure as well nowadays, right? So what are the changing trends nowadays? So nowadays everything needs to be automated. Companies are looking for automation, companies are looking for programmable, right, in every track and in every technology, right? So now let's talk about the Cisco data center portfolio. So what we have for Cisco data center, what are the technologies or devices, or let's start with so let's talk about three things here. One is your tracks, where you start from CCNA data center, then CCNP data center, and CCI DC. Okay, then we will talk about technologies, and then we will talk about devices, what we have in data center. Okay, so nowadays as you know guys, CCNA track is common for any of your stream. Okay, so it is now not CCNA DC, it is a CCNA track which is common for every of your track, and then you can go directly on the CCNP level. So NP means network professional, and then your internet expert. So again, CCNP is you can go directly as well. There is no requirement of giving the CCNA paper before going for the CCNP data center. So let me show you what you have in the CCNP data center. So to pass and to get CCNP data center certified, the compulsory core exam is DC core. Okay, so this is the first exam that you need to give, and then in the concentration exams you can choose any one of these exams. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 out of these 6 exams you can choose any one of them, and then once you pass it you can become the CCNP data center. So first is designing the Cisco data center, then second is troubleshooting of Cisco data center, third one is implementing Cisco ACI. So this is what our complete course, DC ACI, what we will I will be teaching to you guys. Then the fourth one is on the Cisco MDS 9000 series switches. So this is related to your storage. Okay, Cisco storage solution. And then this is this DC ACI. So this is an advanced ACI course. And then we have in the last is DC Auto, which is your automation solution for the data center. So any one of these 6 exams you can give an up and this DC core exam, and then you can pass. Okay, your CCNP data center. So any question in this? Anyone want to ask any question? Or we good to go?
Shashank, the question is, how much syllabus is different in comparison to CCI data center and what we're going to cover in this
So
course? Do we leave a lot of topics or in
no.
comparison to what
So
we need to
in
learn?
case of application centric infrastructure, it is almost like we are covering whatever we have in CCI data center as well, right? So even in CCNP data center, it is more than CCI data center for this ACI course. Okay.
Okay. So we don't need to cover advanced primarily for data centers, right?
So advanced course is different. Okay, this is a different course. So I will come to CCI as well. But now, if you have any question on CCNP, let me. So is it okay? Okay. So now after CCNP, or even you can go directly to CCI as well. There is no compulsion of passing CCNP first. So going for CCI data center, you need to pass this DC core exam, which is of this track. So this is your core exam, DC core. You need to pass first this exam, and after, so this is again an written objective exam, and after that you can go to your CCI lab and you can go and pass the CCI lab. Okay, so for CCI data center, and for if we talk about the technologies what we have here in data center, so we have Nexus, we have storage, MDS you can say, then we have compute. So Cisco solution for compute is UCS, and then we have ACI. Okay, and we have automation, which is controlling all these parts. But mostly the automation is related to your ACI only. Okay, so again, these are the major sections what you will have in the Cisco data center solution. So any question related to this? Okay. After this, let's talk about some of the devices which we have in the data centers. So starting with the Nexus series. In Nexus series, let's start from the top, like 9000 series, where we have 9500 series, Then we have 9300 series, and we have 9200 series. Okay, so this is, again, you can run in, so there are two type of modes. Either you can run it in ACI mode, or else you can run it in NXOS mode. So one is ACI mode and another one is NXOS mode. So again, this can also be run in both modes, and this is only for your NXOS mode. Okay, so your ACI specific hardware is 9500 series and 9300 series. Okay, so these are the two series which is specifically designed for ACI as well. Then after 9000, we have 7000 series, or you can say 7700, 7000 series. So we have here 7700 series. Again, all these series are only NXOS. Then 7000 series. Then after that, we have 6000 series. Then we have 5600, 5500 series. Then we have 4000 series. So this is actually only for IBM Blade Center. So and then we have 3000 series, which is used in your high compute trading, or for the massively scalable data center. Okay, so again, these are some specific series which not used everywhere. Then we have 2000 series, what we called as a fabric extender. So in 2000 we have 2300 series, then 2200 series, then 2100 series. Okay, so these are some different models. Then we have 1000 V series. So this is virtual distributed switch for your VM environments. Okay, so these are some of the models we have with the series and all. So these are actually the series. There are a lot of models present in all these series, and specifically for the ACI, we need to focus on the above two. So we have 9500 and 9300. Okay, so any question related to this? Anyone? Oops, sorry. Okay, so again, the difference in this series is the hardware capacity, forwarding rates, line rates, etc. So to watch or to see these series also, we have a service from Cisco. So you can go and type Cisco CX Catalog, which is actually a 3D model which you can see any of your device directly. Okay, so there are two options. Either you can run online on the web, or you can install it on your system as well. So it has both the option. So as I already installed, so let me show you. So this is the product catalog where you can go in your switches, and here starting from the Nexus 9000 series. So let's see the 9500 series switch first. Okay, so here you can see the complete switch, like how it looks, what are the modules it has, where are the parts, what is there. Okay, and then you can remove any of the module to see it. Okay, so for example, if I need to remove any of the line card, I can click on that and it will remove the line card for me. And then I can see what it has. So it has this line card is having a 48 port 1 to 10 gig SFP plus, and then we have 4 ports of 40 gig. Okay, and then it supports both your NXOS and ACI mode. So these are your SoC chips. You can see it. Okay, then if we need to remove the supervisor module, we can get that as well. So this is the supervisor module, which is actually the control plane, you can say, or the brain of the system. So, and it will tell you what is the specification of this module as well. So 16 GB, 64 SSD and all that stuff. Then you can see where you put the RAMs and all. So everything you can see. Okay. Then what else we can get? So rear view also you can see. So again, these are fans and all. Then you can see for other switch, like, so these are your modular switches. So fixed switch also you can see, like for example 9372. So this is 9300 series switch. Okay, you can zoom in, zoom out to any port. So you can see what are the ports it has, what are the uplink ports, etc. And then what is there in the back, how you get the power supply, number of power supplies and all the ports which you have at the back. Okay, so any device you can see through it. Then similarly you can go for other series and you can check. Okay, so 7,000,
Shyam,
6,000, yes, 4,000.
in 9500, the modular switch below supervisor engine, what is this? That one, the below one.
Yeah, I'm opening, just a second. Okay, so somehow it got stuck, so let me reopen it. Let it run on the web. So you are talking about which? Below one. So these are your power supplies. Okay.
Is there any directly connected, like a SAN switch can be connected directly
Directly means?
from SAN switch to this 9500?
So again, for SAN, we have other switches models, right? But again, depends on the port capability. If they are enabled for your FC or FCOE, then you can connect. So you need to go and check on the data sheets whether they have the FC ports or not. Okay, so these are your power supplies in the below.
Okay.
So you can go up to 10 power supplies here.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So any question related to this animation and all? Anyone? Okay.
Oh, it's okay, so goodbye.
So now we're done with this. Let's talk about what is mean by SDN. So it is your software defined network. So can anyone tell me about the basic characteristic of what is called as SDN, or what are the main characteristics of SDN?
Yeah, the main characteristic is that SDN is a controller based, So
Mhm.
it's a situation whereby, like the legacy network, where you have the control, the data plane, and the management plane that were formerly on a single device, single router. But in SDN, these different planes are separated. So you have the control plane, a different controller doing that, So
Hmm.
basically, that's what it does.
Okay. Anyone else want to add anything? Okay. So there are some of the characteristics. So one is you should have a centralized controller, okay, which will manage all the things. It should be programmable. Okay. Then important characteristic is separation of your control plane from your data plane. So I guess everyone knows about control plane, management plane, and data plane, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then it should what else? So these are three main characteristics. Apart from that, it should be less expensive, you can say, in long term. So your OPEX and CAPEX cost. So OPEX are your operating expenses and CAPEX is your capital expenses when you actually buy the hardware. And it can integrate with your applications. Okay. So these are some of the main characteristics of SDN. So now lot of vendors, companies, even almost every vendor company, large scale level, joined and jump into this SDN scenario. And what I can say is related to SDN, we have three different fields. Okay, so or you can say tracks or technologies. So one is SDN for data center. Another one is SDN for your WAN, and then SDN for your
Campus.
branches. Okay, so the solution for the data center is like from Cisco, the SDN solution is ACI. Okay, from VMware, it is known as NSXX. From Juniper, it is Contrail, etc., etc. So there are other companies as well, right? Then your solution for WAN, so which is called as SD-WAN. So again, from Cisco, they have again they started, they acquired Viptela, and then now they are rebranding it to Cisco SD-WAN. So previously it is Cisco Viptela SD-WAN, but now they are rebranding it everywhere to Cisco SD-WAN. Okay, and then there you have SD-WAN solution from other companies as well, like from VMware, it is Velo Cloud. Then you have Silver Peak SD-WAN, Oracle SD-WAN. So again, lot of companies are there.
Meraki also there.
Sorry?
Cisco Meraki.
Yes, Meraki is also there. Okay. So can you please? Yeah. Okay. So then the SDN for branches. So you have DNA centers solution, where in Cisco you have this SDX's solution, what they called. Okay. So again, guys, as we know, we should have a centralized control. So those who are not speaking, can you Vishal? Okay. So every solution have a centralized controller.
Hi. Where the SASE plays a role here? Like after SD-WAN, now SASE is a hot topic, right? So in which part it is playing a role in DC, WAN, or branches? Can you please clarify?
Which one?
SASE, ACI.
So we will discuss about it later on. Right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a centralized controller for every of the solutions. So for example, in ACI, our centralized controller is known as Epic. Okay. So now I am talking specifically about Cisco SDN Solutions. Then in our SD-WAN, Viptela SD-WAN or Cisco Viptela SD-WAN, we have three controllers. One is vManage, which is your management plane. Then we have vSmart as the controller, which is your control plane. And then we have vBond, which is your orchestration plane. Okay. Then in SDXs, we have DNAC as your main centralized controller. So these are your centralized controller solutions. Okay. So any question till here related to this?
What is the full abbreviation of EPIC?
Sorry?
Full form of APIC.
So application policy infrastructure controller.
DNAC?
Again, guys, yeah, I'm not sure. Remember all the. So you can search it on Google. Okay. So this is related to your controllers and all.
In SD-WAN stuff, we manage vSmart, vBond. It will come under a single application, or it is.
No, they are three separate controllers. This is not the single application. This is you will get in three different controllers. Okay. So now let's talk about the benefits of running ACI in our data center as compared to traditional way we are running the network in data center. So before we start, can anyone tell me what are the traditional network challenges in data center?
Yeah, well,
We have STB.
We have spanning tree issues. Yeah.
So traditional network challenges. So STP issues. What else?
Scalability.
Scalability. It is difficult to scale.
Less VLANs.
Cost effective.
Sorry. Cost. What else?
Less VLANs.
What do you mean by less VLANs?
We have limited number of VLANs. The traditional network.
But again, do you need more than 4096 VLAN in your enterprise network?
If we have a data center we are maintaining, yes, we have. We should.
Again, if you are an enterprise company, again, do you need that much of VLAN in enterprise?
No. Where we have VXLAN concept, right? Because of the
yes. But again, in enterprise, that is not a need. These will be a limitation for service providers. Okay.
One more is CLI to every device.
So
No
CLI to
centralized
every device, no centralized model. What else?
troubleshooting complexity.
Troubleshooting complexity.
Zero touch provisioning.
Manual override.
So zero touch provisioning ZTP, again you cannot plug and play any of the device. You need to configure it, right?
If different vendor device type available in our network, so it is unmanageable.
Sorry, didn't get it.
Different type of vendor device is available in our network, so we cannot be every time managed
Mhm.
by if any situation,
Okay.
critical situation.
Mhm. What else?
Monitoring,
Or we can monitoring is okay. Like we have a centralized monitoring solutions with for them as well. What else?
programmability,
Not programmable.
Manual configuration to each device on branches.
Yeah, so that I put it CLI to every device. So again, you can get it in
block
there.
link,
So STP is there. What else? So one is your coordination between
network and
network and server teams. That is again very difficult, right? Then one more important is it is traditionally we have blacklist security model by default. So if we are not using any firewall or anything like that in our scenario, then everything is permitted, right? So again, we cannot put firewall everywhere between every device, right? So these are some of the challenges. Anyone wants to add any of the other challenge in this, or these are okay for now? So now what ACI will benefit? So STP issues. Before we talk about STP issues, so let's talk about the some design. So in data center, typically what you get the design. So either it will be a 3-tier design, right? Or a 2-tier design. So what do you mean by 3-tier design? It is your core layer,
Distribution.
distribution, or sometimes it is also called as aggregation layer, and then your access layer. So I hope everyone knows about the functionality of all these layers. So access layer, we have the endpoint, security, QoS, etc. Distribution aggregation, where we this is our L3 boundary where we can put our SVIs. Again, we can do redistribution with the routing protocol and all that stuff, right? So again, in normally we are running L3 up to here from core to distribution, and then this is our L2. So this is again in normal scenarios. If you want, you can run L3 as well from distribution and 2x's as well. So there are different type of design models available, but this is what the enterprises uses that I am showing. So this is again your 3-tier architecture. The other architecture is your 2-tier. So in 2-tier, what happens is we have a collapsed core where your core is with your distribution layer. Okay, and then so this is your one layer, and the other one is your access layer. Okay, and then here over the top you are running L3, and then in between either you can run L3 or L2. Okay, so if the major disadvantage or drawback of L2 is your STP, okay, because you have redundant links. So for example, this is your core which is connected to your distribution, and which is connected to your access switches. Okay, so this is your core, this is your distribution, this is your access. So now here when you run the L2, what will happen is you have block links by STP. Okay, so for example, one of the link here is block, one of the other link here is block. Okay, so you will get half of the bandwidth, and then your all links, you cannot forward the traffic at the same time, right? So what we have in ACI is we use the clause fabric. Okay, so clause fabric is actually clause is the name of the person who invented this. We have two-tier architecture where we have two layers, and so that is my one layer, and another layer is at distribution. So this is at again core layer, distribution layer, sorry, and then this will be my access layer. And then I have interconnected link where my all the access layer switch is connected to my core or distribution layer switches. Okay, and this is not related to ACI. Lot of other technologies also use it before ACI. So the technologies that uses are fabric path, for example, if you know the name, then Trill, then VXLAN, etc. So in the past as well, these are some of the solutions which are using this technology, class fabric. But now what happens in ACI? ACI is only use this topology. Okay, and the benefit is every link is L3. So there is no STP concept. Okay, and these are your ECMP, equal cost multipathing. So you can load balance your traffic across all the links. And what ACI will do, it will do the load balancing automatically for you. Okay, so again, they uses two architecture. One is the above layer is called as spine layer, which where you have spines, and on the access layer you have leaf switches. We will discuss a lot about this spine and leaf. It is just the introduction I am giving you. Okay, so now there are all L3 links, so there is no STP in ACI. Okay, so no STP. Then there is a scalability, no scalability issue, because you can connect your leaf and it will be scalable. So if I want to add one more leaf, I can add one more leaf here and I will get my ports. Okay, and it will be connected to all the spine, and it will be plug and play. Okay, as soon as I connect it, it will take its configuration from spine. So you don't need to do any of the configuration. The basic configuration like your leaf ID and all, node ID and all is only you need to give. So it will save your time from days to minutes. Okay. Then the biggest advantages is, so again, this is automated network provisioning. And the most important advantage of ACI is ACI makes application change. So when you do any change in your application, your network will change automatically. Okay, so it is integrated with your network in a way so that when you do any change in your application, your application team not depend on you. So your network will behave automatically. Whatever the ports it needs to open, it will do the open of the ports. Whatever the policies it needs to place, it will be placed. So that will be a fully automated solution in ACI. How it will do it, that we will learn in the course. Okay, so it is again application centric. So it will make application as a focus. Okay. Then what ACI will do, it reduces your workloads as lot of things are automated, and your errors, it reduces your errors. Okay, and easy scaling, we already put it, and then it increases your productivity. Okay, it reduces complexity. So everything you not need to configure from scratch. Like for example, in these links, it will run your ISIS protocol automatically. You don't not need to configure anything. It will, as soon as you connect your leaf with the spines and all, it will start the ISIS process. It will do all the routing for you automatically. So you don't need to configure anything in the ISIS. Okay. So these are some of the things which will be automatically it will do for you. So it reduces your complexity. It reduces your troubleshooting efforts. Okay. And again, it is programmable as well. And so you can do with the REST APIs call. We will discuss about that as well in detail. So you can do the programmability, and then it is whitelisted model. What do you mean by whitelisted model is everything is blocked by default. So there is no intercommunication between any of the device. So if you want to do the communication between your devices, between your applications, between your subnets or VLANs, you can say, you need to enable the configuration. So there is a concept which is known as contracts in ACI, by which you can enable the communication. So by default, everything is blocked. So what else we left? So different vendors, again, we have the same vendor and we can put devices of the same vendor. So again, it reduces our different vendors coordination as well. So I guess I covered almost everything. Okay. And again, centralized controller we have, from where we push all the policies, all the templates that we need to put, and we can also manage all the devices from this centralized controller, which is called as Epic. So any question till here, guys?
You say we can use different vendors' devices in ACI.
So again, if you want to do, we have a integration option. So you can integrate other devices as well in ACI. In ACI, you can do it.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that is also available, but it reduces, like on the main side, it you can run directly on a single vendor, and then if you, for example, you have ASA of like firewall of any other company, so you can also put it with ACI.
So
Anyway,
what I'm saying is that like the switches, like for instance now the maybe you have the leaf switches and the spine.
again,
Can you how do I say mix them up?
yes. So again, this will be your one fabric. Whatever is there in the ACI, this will be one fabric, and then there is a concept called L2 out, by which in ACI, by which you can connect other switches of your other vendors. Okay, so you can do it.
What I'm asking, the fabric, can you mix the fabric devices?
Sorry.
The fabric devices, the fabric, right?
Inside the fabric, you cannot add any other device, any other
uh
vendor device.
Yeah, that what I would need clarification on. Thank you.
Yes. So again, there is a boundary here. So this leaf then become your border leaf. Okay, and then you can connect it to this leaf, but you cannot connect it to the fabric. Okay, so
Okay,
we will
okay.
talk a lot about these. What are the models there in spine? What are the models we have in leaf? Okay, so that we will discuss. So any question, guys, still here? Why we use ACI? What are the benefits? What are the main things we have in ACI? So brief overview about that. Okay, so I guess we
Shashank, will you give these all your presentations out? Like these are handwritten notes. Can you post them somewhere so we can get them if we need to?
yes. So I will discuss about it. Okay. So again, guys, we plan to have the session limited to 1 hour. So again, we can go up to 1 hour 15 minutes as well. But for today, let's do the stop here only, and then from tomorrow we will continue with our ACI, like what are the switches models we have in ACI, and what are the exact components we use for Epic, what are the components we use for leaves, spines, and etc., and how the interconnections of the topologies and all that stuff.
So,
So
no, Shark, you say 1 hour. Why not just do the 1 hour? Because we started 15 minutes late.
no. So I started like around after 5 minutes, but again I need to take the Q&A as well today, because some of the other people having the questions as well. Okay. So now start the Q&A session. So first of all, ask me if you have any question for what I teach today. Anyone having any question? So this Q&A, after 2 days, I will not do this last 10 minutes Q&A. Okay. So this is just for the first 2 days. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I have a question.
mhm.
I have a question regarding the class. So basically, you have explained the models, everything, how the ACI works, and what are the components in the ACI and all these things. But
Mhm.
for example, if I am new to the technology, like the data center technology, so I
Mhm.
would like to know from the scratch, like how the connectivity will be, means how the
Yes.
spine and switch will be connecting.
Yes.
All these
So
things will be explained in the next coming classes.
yes. So tomorrow, as I already told you, I will explain you everything, like how we made the topology from scratch, like how what we connect first, then what we'll connect after that. So everything is like I will take it from scratch. Do not worry about that. And then what are the models we use for spine? What are the models we use for leaf? What are the models we use for epic? So everything I will discuss on.
Okay, I mean to ask is the traditional data center technology, or you're going to directly teaching about the ACI data center technology? Because
So
in the
again,
traditional we have, yeah, VPC and all these things, right?
So again,
So
we
I'm
have a
asking.
separate course for that. So again, if you talk about the traditional, we have a course for Nexus. Okay. Again, I told
Okay,
you in the data center, we have these four components. One is Nexus, another one is MDS, third one is UCS, and fourth one is ACI. So right now we are starting with our ACI batch. After this, I am starting with the Nexus batch. Okay. And then MDS and UCS, we not planned it yet, but we will see it in the future if we got responses
okay,
related to that. So
yeah,
traditional we will do when we do the Nexus course.
yeah.
Okay.
This course includes even the traditional architecture also.
So right now in this course, this is the ACI course. Okay. So you can,
Okay,
if you can in the chat, our moderator put the link where you can see what are the detailed course content and what are the other courses we have where you can connect it. Okay.
yeah, okay. Thank
So
you.
this course is mainly focused on the ACI technology. Okay.
Okay,
What
okay.
else?
Uh, Shank, in this automation is compulsory, or we don't know any automation stuff? We
So
can,
I'm not got your question. What do you mean by compulsory?
um, for newcomer, we don't know the automation.
Okay. So now in nowadays for every solution or every technologies, we have three ways, right? One is CLI, GUI, and then API. So anyways, you can configure your complete network via these two. Okay, CLI and GUI. But if you need to save your time, your company time, then you need to know about your API as well, which is called as automation, right? Automation and programmable. So again, in this course, I will touch the basics of API as well. Okay, so you don't need to have any understanding. There is no prerequisite about that. So I will start from the basic once we get the API topic. Okay, and CLI GUI everyone knows, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So I will start from the very scratch when we do the API, like when we call the API calls here.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Now you can also ask the question related to the timings. So again, the timing is again start from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 or 9:45. Okay, and then you can go on our website and you can see the course contents, everything related to that. We will provide you the workbook as well, and you will get all the class recording as well on the portal, which is for the enrolled student, and that is lifetime access you have. Okay, so you can watch it from anywhere, anytime. It can run on your mobile as well, your iPads, your laptop, etc., anywhere. So you should have internet connection. Okay, you're not able to download that recordings.
Weekly 3 days or
So weekly, what I'm planning is 4 days. Okay, so this week what we are doing is from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I will shift it to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so this is how we do. But anyways, 4 days in a week we will do.
So this class will be restricting in 1 hour, right?
So again, guys, it depends. I have no problem in going for 1.5 hours as well, but that is your call. Because for some people that will be a morning time, so they have their offices needs to be started.
I work in Dubai, so my office hours starts.
Yes, so that is why I restricted to 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. We can wrap it up. But anyways, do not worry about that. I will do all the course whatever the course syllabus, I will do it. Okay.
the duration is 1.5 months or 2 months?
It will be 1.5 months. Again, it depends. If we got any emergency situation, it can be increased.
So you said the Nexus is part of the. So after this ACI, we'll be starting with the Nexus.
See, right now, let me tell you, we started. Actually, we planned for the 4 combo batch. Okay, so those are 4 different batches. So 4 combo batches we planned initially. So what are there? One is Nexus, another one is ACI, another one is SD-WAN, and another one is SD access. Now related to SD access, the problem is our physical gear stuck in custom. So right now we not starting this batch. Okay, so this is on hold. Now ACI batch we started. Okay, so again you guys can take either one module or you can take all the 4 modules, so your choice. Okay, so right now we are starting with the ACI batch. So this will be this batch. So after we complete the ACI batch, then the persons who enrolled for Nexus batch, we will start with the Nexus batch. So again, these batches are completely different and all the technologies are different, all the 4 technologies. So there is no prerequisite like you need to know SD-WAN before starting ACI or you need to know Nexus before starting ACI or like that. Okay, so every technology is different. Then this is what I started from today, 24th. Then SD-WAN we are starting from 5th of June. So
Nexus will start after ACI, right?
Yes, after ACI. So those who enrolled in Nexus, though, we will start after ACI. And then 5th of June, we start with the SD-WAN batch. So those who want, they can enroll in SD-WAN batch also. This will be a weekend batch, which starts from 11 p.m. IST. Okay. So
Right. Can you please rephrase that ACI timing also? No, sorry, I missed it. ACI timing.
Yes, I'm putting it. So again, this will be Saturday, Sunday, and this will be of 2.2 to 2.5 hours. Okay, and this is ACI. We are in weekdays, and it is of 1 to 1.5 hours, you can say. Okay, and weekdays means 4 days in a week.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Shah.
Yes.
Yeah, my initial understanding was that the Nexus classes would run twice a week, concurrently.
Yes. So our previous initial understanding is yes. So previously what we planned is Monday, Tuesday we do Nexus, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we will do ACI. But again, we got a lot of feedback from students like to run two solutions at a time is difficult to understand and also to implement. So that's why let's complete the ACI first and then we will go with Nexus. Okay.
For weekend batch 11 p.m. is it possible to prepone like 1 hour?
No, I have other batch at that time. So I'm running with the CCI enterprise batch. So I cannot prepone it.
Okay, this weekdays 1 to 1.5 hours, right? 4 days in a week. Can you please, write the timing and the duration of this,
Okay.
like when it is?
So timing is from 8:30 a.m. IST. Okay, and then duration will be from 1 to 1.5 months.
And what is the fee of these combo courses?
So again, for individual track or for combo, you can directly connect on our backend team and they will provide you the structure for fees and all. So there is a email ID which you can right now see it on the chat. There is also a WhatsApp number on which you can do the WhatsApp and you will get all the fees and all. So for courses, pricing and all. And again, guys, these last 10 minutes of Q&A we are just doing for today and tomorrow. After that, we will not do this Q&A and all.
Okay.
So again, this is the email ID networkjourney.com@gmail.com where you can also do the email if you want, or on the WhatsApp also you can ask for the fee and all that thing.
Okay.
And what is the method of lab access?
So lab is on our servers. You can get the access directly. So if you have it will be an online access. So you have a working internet connection. Also, if you want to run the ACI simulator on your device, then this will be you need a 16 GB of RAM, okay, and a quad core system. So you can run it lab on your system as well if you have these things.
Is there a need for license part?
Not for simulator. You should have download that simulator from the Cisco site. So for that, I guess there is you should have a valid contract with Cisco to download it. You can get
Is
it
it
on
for
the Cisco site.
ACI? Can we simulate the ACI in our own server?
Yes. If you do it for your own server, so this is minimum requirement. You can need it.
16 GB of RAM and quad core. Okay.
Yes,
And you mentioned that SD-WAN is ending on 5th of June, right? Starting on 5th of June.
Starting. Yes.
And yeah, okay. And you put as 1 to 1.5 months. So like, how does this ACI and SD-WAN will be? There will be collision, maybe.
SD-WAN is a weekend batch.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So it is a weekend batch. ACI is your weekday batch.
So approximately it will go by next June 24th, ACI, right? If it is scheduled around 1 to 1, 8:30 IST time, it might go till of next month, June 25th, right?
Yes, and up to June 25th, or you can say up to 30th of June, or maximum
Okay.
by 7th of August. Oh,
Okay.
sorry,
The reason
7th
I'm
of July.
asking is
Yeah.
once the timings are very precise, we can plan our schedule accordingly, because mostly we work on operations, right?
So again,
we
the
need to plan.
timing is very precise, right? We start sharp at 8:30. No matter if I am having only one student in class, I start. Okay, so we start 8:30 a.m. IST sharp, and we can go from 1 hour to stretch up to 1 hour 15 minutes. Okay, so this is what we can go, because again I can understand a lot of persons have their operations and all those things in the morning. So this is again the precise timing. There is sharp 8:30 a.m. I will start.
Till next month of June, the class are expected, right? From 8:30. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Anyone having any question? More questions?
Yeah, one more question from my side. Like once you are doing your theory part, right, and like you mentioned that 300 hours of ACI lab training. So how is the flexibility? Like, do we have our flexibility to schedule the slot of our own, or
Yes,
you
yes,
are
yes.
institute is having a schedule that we should have to?
So our lab, you can reach to our lab instructor and you can give your 6 hour slot. Okay. So
Okay.
whatever slot you want, you will get the access in that slot daily.
Okay, like online booking, do we have any online booking for
So
this lab?
so this is again for the once you will tell your slot, it will make it. So again, if you want to change it, then you need to contact it. But again, do not change it daily. It is like, okay, after 2 weeks, your schedule got changed. So you can ask for the change.
So one slot is 6 hours, right? 6 hours we can use that component at a stretch. If I'm planning for a one slot, then I'll be allotted a 6 hours time to use that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So
daily.
So in terms of ACI, I can use 300 hours. So 6 hours into okay.
So 6 hours is again if you do divide by 300, you can calculate how many days of access you
Okay.
have.
Yeah, got it. Got it. Thank you.
So
And
again,
no lab,
50 days.
no booking. Okay, okay, got it.
Oh, no, there's
No
nothing like
booking is done.
booking and all.
Okay.
Automatically,
Okay.
once you get, so for example, we wait here. Just a second, guys. क्लास चल रही है पागल हो क्या? Okay, so once you get your access, your access will start automatically and it will stop automatically.
Okay. And is there any validity for this lab? Because you said this the videos are lifetime. I agree. And because sometimes, right, I couldn't able to do this lab at a specific time. I want to, I want to hold it. I know and I understand you have been giving a 300 hours of credit to me. So, like, is there any validity for using this credit? Can I use at my comfort, or should I use it within 3 months, 6 months? Is there any time limit for?
So again, we not have that complexity, because what I also say to you, like as soon as we are going and progressing in the course, what I recommend to everyone is do the labs accordingly, because again after 2-3 months you forgot that lot of things if you not do the labs.
Okay, got it, got it.
And right
Thank
now
you.
we don't have that complexity. So again, you can schedule your slot as of now today only.
Thank you.
Yeah. And but if you got any emergency, like what happened last month, I got COVID. So we gave around 15-20 days or 1 month extra lab access to persons, because I not able to took the class in last 1 month. So again, if any of the emergency like that, so we can hold your schedule, and then later on you can continue with that. So that much of flexibility we have. Okay, any other question? Okay, so that's all for today. Let's meet at the same time tomorrow, and also we will do some Q&A for tomorrow as well, like this last 10 minutes 20-minute session, but after that we will not do it. So anyone having any question related to the lab access and all that stuff, so you can ask directly from in the backend. Okay, one more thing I need to tell you guys. Again, we are running this on the simulated environment. So as you know, in the ACI, your data plane will not work on the simulated environment. Okay. So again, you can do all the configuration, all the stuff, but you cannot ping end to end. So this is what I need to tell you. Okay, then thanks a lot, everyone. And let's meet tomorrow at the same time. Thanks a lot. Bye. Have a good day.